Hi, my name is Zachary Nielsen, and I'm doing this project for Ms. Campbell's ag class at WJMS. I am making kale chips. So the ingredients you will need is, of course, kale, what your main ingredient is, pink sea salt, organic coconut oil, Young Living lemon oil, a teaspoon, pepper, and a non-metal knife. I have already put parchment paper in this pan for whenever the kale goes on. I'm going to go get the kale right now. Okay, so the next step is cutting the kale. If the kale has big leaves, you can basically just pull the leaves off instead of cutting them. So how you're going to cut them is you place the knife right against the stem right here, then you just start slicing. Then you get some of the kale off, then you can pull the extra pieces off of that part that you cut off. So I'm going to cut this part right here, and then it didn't get all the kale off, but that's fine. So just put that over to the side, flip that over. Now I'm trying to pull it off again. And if it doesn't all come off, that's fine. You can just throw the stem away. You don't want to eat the stem at all. So I've got these long pieces. You don't want them to be too long because you don't want them to burn or anything like that. Like this one right here is way too long. So just rip it into a couple of pieces. And then I will start my next one. I'm placing this into the bowl so we can rinse it after I pull it all off. So I'm ripping it. Okay, so as you can see, I am almost done with all the kale. I've put all this kale into the colander. And just a reminder, you need to set your oven to 325. On the paper it says 350, but we decided that is a little too hot. Now I'm going to take this over to the sink and rinse it off. So as you can see, I have the kale right here at the sink. So I'm going to turn on the faucet, get that, really rinse all these leaves, get them all wet, just rinse them and get till they're all wet and clean, so you're ready. Okay, so I'm spreading this towel out so I can get all the kale dry. I'm going to pour all the kale on here, let it get on there, spread it out, just get it a little bit dry by patting it, just getting it all a little dry. Pull this over, just really press down and get all that extra liquid out of there. Okay, so I put 2 tablespoons in here. Sorry, I said teaspoons. You put 2 tablespoons of organic coconut oil in here and melt it till it's liquid. So you can mix it. Sorry, so you can mix it in with the kale. So right now I'm just melting it. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so after all the coconut oil is melted and after you've mixed it around till all it's melted, you're going to put 2 drops of lemon essential oil from Young Living or any other company. But I would mostly recommend Young Living because it's best. Okay, so put 1, 2. Remember, after you do that, turn the heat off. And then stir. Stir, stir. Okay, so I'm going to take it off of the heat and put it on a hot pad that I put over here. Okay, and then I'm going to stir a little bit more. Okay, so after you're done mixing all that together and melting it, you're going to get the dried kale. Just pour it in there. Get all the kale in there. All the little bits. Put that colander over to the side. And you're just going to mix it in with your hands. Just get all that coconut oil and the Young Living lemon oil in there. Just all in those leaves, all surrounded. oil with the coconut oil and essential oil, lemon. You are going to place it all on the parchment covered baking sheet, baking pan. Now make sure they're not in big or long pieces, just break them apart. And make sure not to put them on top of each other. Make sure just to get them just spread out. They can be touching each other a little, just not that much. Just put them on there, just put them all over. Okay, so as you can see, I've laid it all on this parchment paper covered pan. Now, if it doesn't all fit on here like mine didn't all, you can make another batch. You can, after all that's done, you can just make another one. So you're gonna get a little salt, just sprinkle it over the top. Maybe 2 pinches of it, and then you're gonna get some pepper. Not that much pepper because that'll make it too peppery. Just gonna sprinkle that. Okay, and now it's ready for the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna put the kale, cover-coated kale, in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on 325 degrees. So I'm gonna open the oven, put the kale in the oven. So we don't have to wait. I've already made a batch, see? Let's see how it tastes. And I'll also put some Parmesan cheese on there to make it more yummy. I'm gonna try. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so my dad is outside and I'm gonna see if he needs any. Okay, so I'm gonna take some kale out to my dad and see what he likes. Okay, so I'm outside in my lovely backyard. Let's see what my dad thinks. Dad, come on.
What's up, Zig?
So my dad's coming over. Want to try some kale?
I'd love to.
What do you think?
I think it's quite delicious. Was it easy to make?
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
What is this on top? Is it like cheese or something?
It's Parmesan cheese. It is kale baked in the oven for 20 or 15 to 20 minutes under 325 degrees. And then you cover coat it in you would if you were to make this, you would cover coat it in essential oil with lemon and then also coconut oil. So you would melt the coconut oil and lay all this in and mix it in.
Very good. Sounds easy.
Yeah.
It's quite delicious.
Okay, so my dad loved it and I loved it. So thank you for watching my kale making video. I'm putting all the rest on my plate so I can go eat it. Have a great day.